Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest forecast heading into this Friday. Yesterday, we had a cool day in the mid to upper 50s, some 60-degree temperatures as well. Of course, that was Halloween and the final day of the month, and it was a warm one. Average high temperature, 78.7 degrees, about 10 degrees warmer than where it should be, and much warmer than what it was last October. Meanwhile, factoring in the lows, so also very warm, almost 6 degrees above average, and you can see the coolest and hottest temperature with 4 of the days in the 90s. And we were about average rainfall-wise, at least in Topeka, but wasn't so lucky in Manhattan, Emporia, and Concordia, where precipitation was below average for the month. And for most areas, with the exception of Manhattan, we're still below average for the year with 2 months left. So we'll see how these last 2 months go. Meanwhile, speaking of November, we have an average high temperature today, 62 and 39. We'll be near seasonal this morning, but a little bit above average for this afternoon, although pretty close to seasonal. I consider within 4 degrees seasonal. That's about what we're going to be ending up with. Otherwise, by the end of the month, 49 and 28. You can see how sunrise, sunset time changes, keeping in mind that daylight saving time ends this weekend. So you're going to be gaining an extra hour of sleep by turning your clock back 1 hour as you go to bed Saturday night, or officially Sunday morning at 2 o'clock, going back to 1 a.m. Otherwise, we are looking at a little bit less 30-year average precipitation in November compared to October with 1.78 inches, but coming with a little bit more average snowfall, 1 inch of snow. So that's the 30-year average. What's the 30-day average? Hey, look at this. Wetter than normal. Good news. We have wetter than normal conditions. And by the way, we're going to start that tomorrow with wetter than normal conditions in the area. Meanwhile, taking a look at probability of above normal temperatures as well. So I don't really see a whole lot of colder air masses coming through the area, including today. Look at this, mid-60s for highs today. A really fantastic day. If there's going to be any complaints about today, wind gusts near 20, maybe 25 miles per hour. Definitely beats a couple days ago where we were talking 50 mile per hour wind gusts. But it is going to be a beautiful day today, and we'll have lots of sunshine as well before the clouds start to increase tonight. I still think tonight stays dry, so no problems at all with our Friday evening plans. As lows drop into the 40s, we'll have rain beginning to push through the area during the morning hours, with rain likely, maybe even a few isolated thunderstorms in the afternoon. I don't expect severe weather on Saturday. We'll continue with rain at least through Saturday evening. May start to wind down a little bit late Saturday night and early Sunday morning. So, with how much rain we could get, at least from that computer model, it looks like the higher rainfall totals will stay out in our western communities for tomorrow, but still looking at decent rainfall everywhere, the way it looks now. Here's another short-term computer model. Again, we're mostly dry through 9 o'clock. Between 9 and noon, we're looking at mainly areas south of I-70 getting a little bit of rainfall. And then from 12 to 5, our eastern communities will likely get into more of the rainfall. And then as we head towards Saturday night, north central Kansas still not really in that activity, but for Saturday night, impacting our eastern communities with 1 inch plus worth of rainfall. Now this model, it's our in-house computer model, doesn't really have a whole lot of rain on Sunday. I still think if we're going to get rain on Sunday, which I do have in the forecast, it would mainly be in the morning with drier conditions towards the afternoon before more rain starts to move in by the evening hours. And that's where we could get a few strong to severe storms, especially if we do get that break in the afternoon on Sunday with that round of severe weather that we could have on Sunday evening. But here's a look at Sunday through 11. Areas along and south of the turnpike, more than 2 inches. Let's go back to temperatures. I just want to give you a quick outlook of the risk for a freeze anytime soon. Maybe next Saturday. We'll see. Other than that, it does stay on the mild side for our temperatures. In fact, I think that low of 57 Saturday night may actually occur in the evening, because as the humidity begins to increase Saturday night on a fairly muggy day on Sunday and even into much of Monday, for most of us, especially for November standards, we are going to be looking at some sticky air, and that's going to allow temperatures to stay in the low 70s on Sunday, especially if we're able to dry out by the afternoon. Monday, we'll have another round of rain pushing through the area and into Monday night. That could impact the Chiefs game, so keep that in mind. There could be a risk of strong to severe storms Monday as well. And then temperatures do cool down closer to more seasonal temperatures in the low 60s, maybe upper 50s. Another storm system towards the end of the week. There's some uncertainty on the end of the week weather pattern, both with temperatures and precipitation. So that's going to be something that we'll continue to fine tune. Just a quick look at overall our long range outlook for the European model for the next 8 days. A lot of rainfall. So no surprise that we are in the wetter than normal conditions probability. A little bit different scenario here with the GFS. I'm actually leaning more towards the GFS with the heavier rain in the eastern portion of our viewing area rather than the more widespread nature, a little bit more uniform temperature that the European model has. So leaning more towards the GFS with respect to our rainfall between tomorrow through Monday night, which is when the bulk of the rain is going to be falling within the next 8 days, but obviously keeping an eye on the latter half of next week. So here's a look at our extended outlooks as we are looking at warm temperatures and fairly wet weather pattern as we begin the month of November. And as I mentioned earlier in this video, for much of November too, with probability of above normal temperatures and above normal precipitation. So a lot of stuff to keep an eye on. Keep checking back in daily throughout the weekend for updates on our rain details and our possible severe weather details, especially for Sunday and Monday. And we'll continue to keep you updated. Have a great day.